One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, when I had my match with Jack Perry, I remember Cornette talking about it because a few fans said, "Hey, did you hear his comments?" And he said, "I don't get the roll before the Rolling Thunder." Well, admittedly, that wasn't the best Rolling Thunder. I did the roll, and my momentum kind of stopped.
So, Seth,
what up, Seth?
Our music man, Seth. He does music. So what you're saying is, don't toss someone a chair in a street fight and expect them to catch it and hold it in front of their face. Now, I said a couple weeks ago that instinctively, that's what you would, if somebody throws something at you, you would try to catch it, I think. So
maybe, now if you're a studied fighter and you've watched your opponent and you've seen him throw the chair at 2 or 3 people, and every time they catch it, he kicks it, you might be more ready for it. It's okay. If he throws it at me, I'm not going to catch it, Yeah,
I'm going to move.
You're going to duck it or something. Yeah. But I always say, if you don't catch it, I'm just going to kick you in the face anyway. At least you get like a shield. But I do feel, honestly, like deep inside, when I talk about where wrestling has gone now, where it comes across less competitive and more of guys working together to get these moves that could never come off without them working together. I feel like, in a not so proud way, that I kind of helped bridge that gap, because I feel like people can always, and I'm surprised they don't. Surprised people they don't always come back to, yeah, but dude, you threw a chair and the guy would catch it, because I get that. I get that side of the argument, and you've already heard what we both say to that. But to go from there to where it is now, where, I'm going to pick you up and then jump over you, and then I'll land underneath you, and then don't worry about it, I'll sell it. Like, what? Wait, who's doing what to who? Like, to me, the Canadian Destroyer is a perfect example of that. Before they do the Canadian Destroyer, here's a question for the chat room. Before they do it, a lot of times they're standing on the second rope, and then they jump down, right? And they land, boom. And they land, and they got the guy like in a pile driver, powerbomb position. And then they go into a sunset flip. And then the guy that's standing, flips, rolls back, flips, whatever. My question is, what does bouncing off of the rope do? I don't get it. It's not like they bounce. It's not like they're going for height. It's not like they use their momentum. They jump down and then boom, they stop and do a sunset flip. I don't get it. If anybody gets that, wrong answers only. No, seriously, I would love to fucking know. When I had my match with Jack Perry, I remember Cornette talking about it because a few fans said, "Hey, did you hear his comments?" And he said, "I don't get the roll before the Rolling Thunder." Well, admittedly, that wasn't the best Rolling Thunder. I did the roll, and my momentum kind of stopped, and then I had to jump into the move. And the people popped because they recognized it. But I can admit, I rolled, I stopped. I didn't mean to. I just didn't get. I was afraid that my feet were going to be stopped by him being too close to me, and so I'm trying to roll extra tight. And in that, I took my momentum, and instead of exerting it, I sucked it in, and into where I had to finish the move. I feel like every time someone jumps off the rope into that fucking Canadian Destroyer, that they're purposely jumping, stopping, and then going through the move. And I don't get it. I don't get the move anyway. I really don't like it. It's representative of the whole new kind of wrestling that says, hey, let's both hit the same rope. I don't get that. You hit the rope, and then I'll go and hit the same rope and then run by you. And I don't get any of that. That's all bundled together in my mind and my peers, my generation's minds of shit that, like, nah, we wouldn't have done that back in the day for a reason, because we don't like it.
Do you feel the same way about the Spanish Fly too? Or,
Yep.
That move? Yeah.
Yes.
Like, there's that moment you mentioned it, the Canadian Destroyer, where they stop. And it's not a momentum thing. I was kind of thinking of, oh, maybe it's the momentum, but now that I think about it, no, they stop and then they flip. It's like there's that pause. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. And you know, wrestling has gone that way to go to the extreme direction. All this death wrestling, trash stuff, right? It's like I've always said they use dangerous, crazy high spots to actually literally take place of the wrestling. So, you know, I see on Instagram, you know, like on like one move reels a lot of times and shit like that. And sometimes it's just like, oh my God, like why would anybody fucking do that? But almost always when there's a high jump, there's no move. There'll be like two guys and they grab each other and they both look down and they both kind of like jump and then like go through a bunch of light bulbs and wood. And then I'm like, what was that about? Like what? I don't get it. I mean, it's because they're not wrestling. There's not a move there. It's not one of them doing a move to the other one. And I'm mentioning like an extreme case that's a lot more recognizable. But I see that in a lot of the in-ring wrestling nowadays with the young guys, moves that look like that to me, where it's kind of more like, wait, you both got each other around the neck. You both jump up. You both land on your knees. One of you sells it, one doesn't. I'm so confused.
Well, I won't say this person's name, but he's a WWE Hall of Famer. And I remember being at an event and he was witnessing two younger guys go over a match over and over and over again. And like when they were doing it, he was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, it's like, you know, what if something goes differently, something doesn't plan out, you have this whole thing rehearsed.
Fucked.
It's just like you're not playing to the crowd doing that. And
right.
Yeah, this guy has some tools, so I would, if I were a modern wrestler today, I would kind of be a little cognizant of such.
I hope there's still interest in us OGs talking about the difference between old wrestling and now for a long time, because that's like really always the subject. It seems like when people say, what do you think about the wrestling today? And the fans know it's changed. That's why they're asking, and it's asking interviews and everything. Brother, I better not be orange. I like orange. Am I orange?
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, you got the tan rocking. I got a touch of a tan, but I'm still pretty pale. I was
sun
help. Yeah, it helped me out a little bit. Help me out. Hey, let's help Gem the Dawn out. Who's a faithful listener. Name one place to eat / a dispensary in Vegas. I'm going. Place to eat and a dispensary. I have a place to eat, but let's hear.
Yeah, well, you know, Planet 13 is like the biggest dispensary. So just for the novelty of going to a place like that, I would recommend you check out Planet 13 because it's huge and it'll be cool to tell all your friends like, oh my God, there was this big section where they had the bud and they had like a whole t-shirt store and they had a restaurant. And that's what I'm going to say too, is go ahead and eat there too, you know, because they also have a smoking lounge. I don't know if it's open yet. There's been a lot of talk for months and months about the laws and how they're going to change and allow some places to open lounges where you can smoke in the same place you buy it. You can at Nuwu, but they're on Indian property, also in North Las Vegas. And so I don't know currently, you know, someone told me that there's some in the city, and I don't know. But either way, Planet 13 is really cool, and it's an experience. So go there. And is there anywhere else I would send you to eat? Oscar's Steakhouse, maybe.
There you go. Yeah. I will say, I don't know dispensaries, but I will say a place I really like to eat in Vegas, if you like Italian, is Batista's. It's like right off the strip. I think it's like a parallel to the strip, but it's like a block off of it, and it's on the, I don't know, the side that Paris is on and stuff like that. So Batista's, and it's not spelled like Dave Batista. It's spelled like Batista. So check it out. It's awesome. Great Italian food there.
The place I think has been there like for a long time, right? Doesn't it have a like historical like some shit like
Sinatra eating there, I think, and stuff like that.
But it's by the link, right?
Yes, by the link, which I was at this weekend. I went and saw the disco show. That's what I'll recommend to you too, if you like dancing. Gem the Dawn is the disco show. It's a complete immersive experience where you go on the dance floor and there's dancers around you. It was a
You
fucking.
out there dancing? Were you dancing?
I was out there dancing. Yes, I was.
What you were doing, Dom?
Huh?
So show us a little bit of what you were doing.
Oh my god! Oh no! All right, here we go. I'm pulling back the camera. Oh my god! I can't believe it.
There we go. Somebody gave him a beat.
There you go.
Seth, give him a beat. Whoa, dude! I see the girls flocking.
Oh yeah, they were all around me.
Whoa, they can't help it.
They
Fuck
can't
yeah.
help it. How about were you there for when the Rock's mom was playing the luau stuff and JBL?
Yeah. I was in the back of the room when I saw that, but I didn't. I know JBL and someone was it Kurt? They were doing it.
Kurt did it too. He's like, I would only do it for the Rock's mom. That's the only reason I did it.
Man, yeah, we were talking to her like in the back of the room, and then I was thinking like, I know her. Who is she? And I couldn't remember. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, I should have said hi. Kind of said hi, but I was more like, so what if I'm in your way? Go around me. Something like that.
Get around me.
Yeah.